Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the Urban Duel Sports weekly and Monday review show. Today we are set to look at all of the actions that have gone down all across the weekend. The weekends have come and gone, and we know it was all about the magic of the FA Cup, the oldest club competition in the world. And when we talk about the FA Cup, we're always looking at upset. And this weekend we saw a massive one. A team called Port Vale. I bet not many people saw that one coming, but they were the team that got the winner against Sunderland right there. They are currently sitting bottom of the log in the English League One, the third tier of English football, 24th. But they were able to get one over Sunderland. Talking about Sunderland, as always, you will know that the Magpies, talking about their neighbours Newcastle, were very much in celebratory mood, even though they were also knocked out. But the guys are here. Welcome, guys, on another episode of the Urban Duel Sport Weekly Review Show. How did your weekend go?
The weekend was a pretty one, with my team having to advance in the next round of the FA Cup. So it was a very wonderful weekend.
My weekend was actually wonderful because
You had nothing to do, man.
I had nothing to
You were on break.
I was
While
on break.
everyone was
I was on
involved.
break. I was just folding my hand, like watching them, the losers going out and the winners progressing to the next round.
Why man is a United fan? United, where are your players these days?
My players,
Are they training or
they're
currently
actually
on break?
They're actually
What
on
kind
break.
of break? Are they traveling to Africa, visiting the safari, or
Some
they are
of
going
them
to
are in
Madagascar?
Dubai. Some of them are in
No,
Dubai.
you can't go to Dubai right now.
Some of them are in
the,
Dubai.
The airspace
We're
right now is
actually
currently closed.
relaxing. So we came back and just preparing to knock our next opponent.
No, you didn't mention of his players practicing their next dance moves. You know, that's what Manchester United are very good at doing right now. They don't do so much, but when they have so much time to do, that's when you see new dance moves. You see Kwan doing this. You see Mboemo doing that. All of those. So
You see?
I think they take this time off to practice new dance steps to celebrate
He's actually
goals.
celebrating us because that's our.
He enjoys his dance.
That's
he
what-
enjoys the dance. He enjoys
that's
the
what-
dance a lot.
You can see actually he's even trying to do
No.
shit of the
Come
dance.
on, I'm so concentrated playing the FA Cup, playing the Premier League, playing the Champions League, and I just came off the Carabao Cup and the semi-final. So I progressed so far in anything I do.
I'm
So
actually,
I have
I'm
so
actually
much
looking for
time.
a team to win the treble, an English team to win the treble this season. But
So
obviously,
that should be between Manchester City and Arsenal.
yes, because obviously these guys are out.
It's
They are
coming
out
from
of
a
the
man
treble.
that doesn't even have hope for
They
a
are out of the
Wambull.
treble.
If there's a word like a Wambull, you have no
Anything
hope
like a
for that.
Wambull.
They are out of the treble. No, he actually knows.
No,
He actually
I
knows.
can actually go for a double, and I can actually go for the double, and
But
he
not
can,
domestic double.
I can still go for the treble. I can still go.
Anyway, while
Wait.
they're arguing about a double or a treble or
Let's
whatever,
see the miracle.
at the weekend we saw some massive games. Like I said, Wolverhampton Wanderers, remember a few weeks back, got one over at Liverpool. The
Yeah.
talk of the town, how the team in the bottom of the log. But when Liverpool met them in the FA Cup this time, lightning did not strike twice.
Yeah.
Mo Salah finally broke that run of not scoring. He has already done that, and he made sure that he got himself on the score sheet again. About 250 goals in the colours of Liverpool. What a player that man is.
That what a player is. That's why when he had the issue earlier on in January before the AFCON thing where Carragher and the rest other pundits were saying he was a problem at Liverpool, I beg to differ from that. Like, this man has given Liverpool everything, and you can see he progresses in his Liverpool career. And currently now, he's one of the best players you're going to look when you're looking at the Liverpool squad. When you turn your face and look at the Liverpool squad, you're looking at definitely Mohamed Salah, you're looking at Van Dijk, you're looking at Alisson and the rest of them. So, wonderful feats. And Wolves could not overcome them the second time. And it was something we all saw coming. Wolves were underestimated in the Premier League when they met the first time, but the second time, you know what happens when someone anticipates your move. When someone anticipates your move, you know definitely some things are not going to go your way, and that's what I think happened in the weekend.
Opera, do you think Liverpool should cash in on Salah come the end of the season?
Obviously, before they cash in, you actually need to have a replacement for him. And if you look at the market currently, the transfer market currently, it's very hard to have a player to replace the likes of Salah. It's very hard. You can look at the likes of Real Madrid. Till now, Real Madrid are still struggling in replacing the likes of Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. Because it's very, very hard in the market.
Is there any player out there that you see that can actually come in and slot in? I have one player in mind. Do you?
I actually have. Then Liverpool were going for John Bakayoko. Johan Bakayoko, before he eventually moved to Leipzig.
Yeah.
So you can see it's very. I wouldn't say he's not a good player, but can he replace fill that space of Mohamed Salah? It will be very hard. They have the likes of Harvey Elliott still on loan. So it will be very hard. They can come in and play their best, but it will be very hard.
But you know one player I have in mind, Brian Mbeumo.
Are you serious?
Brian Mbeumo.
Yeah, Brian Mbeumo could actually feed in.
I think he's that player that could have actually gone to Liverpool, replace Mo Salah. The goals, the assists, the speed.
Sure.
I mean, he would have slotted in.
Okay, you were saying a player who would have
similar,
who would have not will
because
now,
we know obviously
currently.
United will not
is not going to release him. So that's why I have to say, you look at the transfer market now. How many players are there that can replace the likes of Salah? Because Salah has been one of, like, currently I will rate him as the greatest winger that Liverpool has ever had.
I think that
with four Premier League golden boots. Four Premier League golden boots.
Yeah. Fair. That's
one of the greatest players in Liverpool's history, not just the winger.
So it's very hard to bring in another player currently in replacing the likes of Salah.
But regardless, he has to be replaced. Regardless, I think he should be cashed in.
The only
because time is no one's friend.
The only thing I would say is that the coach can bring in another player that fits into his plan, that can actually play well for him. I won't say replacing of Salah. It will be very hard.
You know when Salah came into Liverpool from AS Roma, he had a very wonderful season that season with AS Roma. He didn't just come like a guy who didn't know what he was doing. Yeah. He didn't just come like a lucky guy who his agent pulled off a transfer for. Like, he was banging the numbers in Italy.
Numbers of goals.
So when he came
there, before Roman, he was there in Fiorentina before moving to Roman, and he actually has a success in Italian league. So before moving to Liverpool.
Yeah, the question is, would we actually cash on Mohamed Salah? Subiria, one of Liverpool's owner. I would say yes, but when it comes to talking about players who can replace him, I don't see so many players who can actually replace him in that wing currently.
Obviously, there is none.
I just mentioned a name there, but we obviously it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
But in football, never say never. I remember when I think it was in the summer of 2006, Gabriel Hens pushed for a move from Man United. He wanted to join Liverpool then. Sir Alex Ferguson was like, over my dead body, it's not going to happen. and United and Liverpool barely do any kind of business. There is a reason why Michael Owen is hated by Liverpool fans. So you can imagine. Brian Mbeumo. Even Gabriel Hens till date, United fans don't regard him because he's at Arsenal these days as one of Mikel Arteta's coaching crew. United fans don't like him because of what happened during that period. He was trying to push for a move. But let's not dwell too much on Liverpool. They are into the heart for the quarterfinal draws, which will be held later tonight. Let's move over to Chelsea, who also got their win over Wrexham United. But why was it that difficult for Chelsea playing against a championship a team that have spent close to $1 billion struggling against Wrexham United to get to the quarterfinals?
Here we go.
Over
$1 billion. Thank you for guiding.
Why
Chelsea fan, please tell us what happened.
Why do you do this all the time?
No, you spend close to $1 billion.
No, what about you? What about Liverpool? Liverpool did this.
What about me? Who? What about me? Who?
United. Why you guys did the same thing?
They're asking you, United fan. They're asking why about
you guys did the same thing. You guys did the thing. You guys did the same thing. You guys were knocked out by Grimsby in the Carabao Cup. You were knocked out by Brighton. Why is it whenever Chelsea? Wait. Let me land.
You're playing against a team from the Championship, and it went all the way to extra time.
Grimsby plays where? Please remind me.
They play in the League One.
Wait. Thank you so much for that answer. Now, why is it that whenever Chelsea loses a match, everybody resorts to how much they spent so far?
Why? You seem triggered right now, man.
Yes. Because everybody spends money. Real Madrid does that; they get away with it.
Please give him water.
Come on. No, you guys trigger me. You guys trigger, and I don't like it. Now, okay, Wrexham is. I'm not gonna take what they did away from them. They played very good football, showed very good spirit. It was their home ground. So they have every reason, and not to forget that this is the ethical competition
against a team that has spent close to $2 billion.
Come on, man. We've seen. Come on. I don't want to give references outside of. I don't want to give references outside of England.
I've actually said this before the game. before the game. I actually say the game is going to be tough for Chelsea.
Mm.
That these guys are going to put up a good fight
Yeah.
against this Chelsea side. Okay, let's go back into the game. You can see a red card result after a VAR review. After VAR review,
At one point in time, Chelsea went behind in that game.
yeah. So they actually equalized 3-3, and the goal was cancelled out.
Yeah.
So
Controversial
you can
call.
see, despite
Controversially.
despite the red card, these guys still try to put up a good fight.
They were able to put 3
And-
goals in
and
the
the
back
guy,
of the
I
net
think it
against
was
Chelsea.
Domings, or what was his name, that had the red card. It was one of their best players. In fact, one of their engine room when it comes to their midfield. It was one of their engine room, and the guy got a red card and left the game. So I think that actually gives Chelsea a very big boost, bringing in the likes of Joao Pedro into the game. And and again, that's another player that's been very good for.
No,
them
wait,
this
before-
season.
Talking
before you go
about
there.
Joao Pedro, the coach of Chelsea, Liam Rossonio, after the game spoke glowingly about Joao Pedro. The man has scored 14 goals this season, none from the penalty spot, which has been a very
fantastic
a
record.
good return when you consider the wumble and fumble of former Chelsea forward. The ones that have come into the club and they fail to produce for big money. But Joao Pedro have come into the squad. But he said one thing that got me thinking. He said Joao Pedro is in the class right now. Right now, since he came in, Joao Pedro have been delivering. He's in the class of Erling Haaland, Harry Kane, and the Lewandowskis, Kylian Mbappe. He's in that world-class group right now. I want you guys right now, because I almost wanted to fight. When I heard that statement, I wanted to tear my shirt, like grab the TV set and bring him closer and ask him, Liam Rossonio, are you being serious with it, or are you taking the piece? But tell us right now, do you actually think Joao Pedro is in that category of those players I just
I
mentioned?
will actually say, because the word I want to use, being ignorant. That was what I will actually say. Joao Pedro is good. He's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
And Liam Rossonio has actually been a lover of Joao Pedro since his days in Watford.
Yeah.
He has actually been a lover of Joao Pedro.
Yeah.
And having the opportunity to coach him.
But is he world class?
He's not a world class.
He's not world class.
No.
Hold it there. Is Joao Pedro world class?
Of course he is. What makes a player a world class?
Scoring 14 goals without a penalty. Now, let's go back to...
What makes a player a world class?
Hold on.
No.
Let's go back
you
to-
giving me a
hold
rhetorical
on,
answer?
Jackson.
Hold on.
Jackson actually scored 14
Oprah,
goals without a penalty.
hold on. Let me hear from this man. He just confirmed that Joao Pedro, according to him, is world class. I want to hear from you. Tell us why you think Joao Pedro is world class. Oprah will come in shortly.
Now, before I head on into this, I would ask a question to the people watching. What makes a player a world class? That should be a question you put in mind. Now, Joao Pedro has shown that character, has shown that quality that all world class players possess. Players that don't just rely on the penalty spot, players that don't just rely on just G and A. It's not just G and A we are using to rank this guy here. He plays, his gameplay is so fluid, is so smooth. And it's, when you're talking about a striker, the whole world of football is so bent on the numbers. But when you watch Joao Pedro play, he has beautiful touches, beautiful control, and this is one of the things you use in ranking a player, if he's world class or not.
So would you put him, just like the coach, hold on, I know you are itching to tackle him. Would you put him in the same category, just like your manager did, in the same category of Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, and the Lewandowskis of this world?
I would put him below them, in same category. Below them.
So are you telling me? Are you
yes.
telling me that in world class there is world class?
Of course.
No, I know you are
Yes,
holding.
yes, because
in the category of world class.
Yes,
There is always
world class.
one. If you are a 5, you are a 5. You are a 10, you are a 10.
No.
You can't be.
No,
You
no.
cannot
No,
be. You cannot be a 4.
No, let's use this.
You cannot be a 4 and be world class.
Let's use this arithmetic.
Based on the rating,
grading. Let's use
5
this grading.
is world class.
No.
You cannot be a 5 and be
if-
timed world
No,
class.
you look at this mathematically, yeah. When you're looking at success like an A, you have 70 to 100. From 69 to 50 to 57 or thereabout is B. Then 50, 55 to that is C. That grading, yeah. Now you're talking about the hundreds over 100. You're looking at Kylian Mbappe. You're looking at Harry Kane. When you come down to the 90s, you're looking at the rest of them, the other strikers there. But you have 100 to 70
category.
Yes,
bro. I haven't mentioned. I haven't forgot to mention Osimhen.
No, I gave we were in the show that day. I gave you.
Joao Pedro ahead of
wait,
Osimhen.
come on, man.
No,
wait.
I don't want us to let it don't be back and forth. I want to hear from you. Then you can then come in.
You know what I gave the last time we were in the studio out here. We gave you. I told you the list of 5 strikers. I think at the top in the world currently. I told you Harry Kane is number 1. Number 2 is Kylian Mbappe. Number 3 is Erling Haaland. Number 4 is Victor Osimhen, and number 5 is Leon Alvarez. So, obviously, Joao Pedro won't be top 5, but in top 10, obviously, maybe somewhere 7, 8,
but
9.
that does not mean he's world class. If he's in the top 10, he's not even in the top 5 of world class strikers. You just mentioned the top 5 world class strikers. Let's hear from you.
Joao Pedro is a fantastic player. Like I said, he's not a world class, but he's giving that world class performance.
Yeah.
Okay. You might be giving a world class performance.
Can you understand this statement? Someone is giving world class performance, but he's not.
Hold on.
You might be giving a world class performance, but you are not that world class. Now let's go back. Look the likes of You actually said Joao Pedro has actually scored 14 goals without non-penalty goal inside, which is a very good record. Now let's go back to Nicolas Jackson. You can't put Nicolas Jackson in any category of world class. You can never go there. But Nicolas Jackson actually scored 14 goals without the penalty.
So it tells you that what Joao Pedro is doing right now is nothing new.
It's nothing new
at Chelsea.
It's nothing new at Chelsea.
This man
Nicolas
is
Jackson.
Hold on,
man. Nicolas Jackson was bought for 30 million. I think 30 or 35 million thereabout.
Yeah.
Scored 14 goals in the English league. English Premier League, 14 goals without other competitions. Same as Joao Pedro right now, without a penalty goal. And as of that season, we actually know who was on top. Actually know who was on top that season. Cole Palmer was on top. Cole Palmer was in good form that season. So if Nicolas Jackson as of then, with the form of Cole Palmer, could score 14 goals without non-penalty. And now currently Joao Pedro, there is no player in Chelsea currently now that is in form compared to Joao Pedro.
You have already agreed that he's not world class.
He's not world class.
But let's put him in that category of players. Harry Kane, Victor Osimhen, the strikers that we know dominating world football. Erling Haaland, would you put him in that category? Kylian Mbappe?
He's not in the category.
Do you think if we have a table right now,
this is just
like the chair I'm currently sitting at right now? We all of these guys are sitting down on this seat.
He's going to start down in the reception.
You know what baffles me. You know what baffles me. The analysis he gives.
No. He's going to actually stand in the reception.
This is old now. You already said we can't put him in those categories, so I don't understand what you are trying to
stand in the reception.
The statement he made was completely wrong. The analysis is completely uncalled for. You give the total goal someone scored in a season, Nicolas Jackson 14,
for 30 million. With a player ahead of him as of then.
Can you let
what you're saying that overall goal for this
14
season.
goals you're talking about is just
a player ahead of
the
him.
Premier League.
Hold on.
The season is still how many games?
We still have about 8 games.
Come on, what are you saying?
Okay, hold on.
9 games.
Then I ask you a question: is there any player now in Chelsea that is in form competing with Joao Pedro? None. But then Cole Palmer was the player in all the talking points in Chelsea then.
Okay.
Jackson managed to score 14 goals in the league.
So
14 goals without non-penalty.
Because Jackson was among the strikers that wasted the most chance that season. Why do you do analysis like this?
I want us to understand it this way. You said he's not world class.
He's not world class.
And you said if they are ranking the world class strikers, he might come in the top 10. But we know world class doesn't work that way. So while talking about Joao Pedro, he's a player that we've already ranked him from. We put him in the category of. So would you say Victor Osimhen? Okay, I want to do this with you. Victor Osimhen or Joao Pedro?
Victor Osimhen, obviously.
Victor Osimhen or Joao Pedro?
You should not be asking me these questions.
No, go ahead. I want to hear from you so we can know who we are putting in the world class category. Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro or Erling Haaland?
Erling.
Joao Pedro or Kylian Mbappe?
Kylian Mbappe.
Joao Pedro or Lewandowski?
Lewandowski.
Joao Pedro or
Current Lewandowski, I choose Joao Pedro
Oh, really?
all time.
Okay. I think we'll leave.
Current Lewandowski,
Mm.
I'll still choose Lewandowski because Baka told him not to score goals.
Okay. All right, guys. You guys are watching this and you're saying it. Some persons have said Joao Pedro is a world-class player, and we decide to rank the world-class strikers that we have in the world. And I'm getting plenty explanation that he's not in the top 5, he's in the top 10. Because he scored 14 goals. Guys, you can see this, but we are not, like I said, we are not going to dwell too much on this one. We are going to move forward. Chelsea, we know they are in the hearts for the quarterfinal draws, but we'll find out or not whether Joao Pedro is a world-class player as time goes on. He's a fantastic player, a brilliant young player with a bag of potential, but I personally don't think he's world-class yet. He has the quality to be world-class, but do I think he's world-class right now? I don't think so. But that one will not be dwelling on. Manchester City are also in the heart for the 4th round, but for the quarterfinals, they completely blew away Newcastle United for the 5th time this season. One question I have for you guys, I don't want us to dwell too much on the FA Cup. The weekend have come and gone. As City, do you see City actually winning the quadruple?
No, because they are going to have a lot of obstacles.
They are in the Champions League.
They are still in the Champions
They
League.
are going to be facing off against Real Madrid, which I think they will beat Real Madrid.
Yeah.
They have a Carabao Cup final, EFL Cup coming up against later this weekend against Arsenal. They are still points behind Arsenal in the league table, and now in the 5th round or in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Why do you think City cannot win the quadruple? They've won the treble previously.
They might actually probably win a
Domestic treble.
Domestic.
That's
double.
That's the Premier League.
Not even treble.
At most, huh?
That's
Yeah,
the Premier
double.
League, the Premier League, the FA
Carling
Cup, and the Carabao Cup.
So a domestic double. I won't put treble.
I would say domestic treble though.
Double.
Domestic treble.
It's actually
So
double.
which are okay? Let's look at
Because
it.
Chelsea, I'm seeing Chelsea to face off Manchester City in the quarterfinal.
In the
FA Cup.
FA Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, the draws will be made later tonight, so we'll find out who those opponents will be.
Regardless of who City are going to face in the FA Cup next round or not, I don't see them taking that Champions League title. But I have a very strong gut feeling that they can go for the Premier League. They are already at the Carabao Cup final, which I think they are actually highly favored to win that competition, despite their speculations that Sumeyo might not be able to feature in that game because of some stuffs like that. But Gueye obviously will be there. So I see them doing a domestic treble because this is something they've done before. They've done a domestic treble. They've still done they've won the treble, including the Champions League. But I'm seeing that Champions League as a very big scuffle. They're going to have a very hard one going through from the other angle of the Champions League that they are. But from the FA Cup, I see them doing something, maybe reaching the finals like the Carabao Cup. And the Carabao Cup, I see them playing off Arsenal.
So it's okay. Go ahead.
Obviously, I think Manchester City are just going through a lot. I will just put it because if you watch the last game, Guardiola will be absent in his next 2 games.
Yeah, he's going to be serving 2 match ban.
One in the Premier League and one in the FA Cup.
2 domestic ban, yeah.
So, but obviously he will be in the final of the Carling Cup because they say the Carling Cup is ruled out. It's not among the. Yeah. So, if you watch before he got his yellow card that day, he was actually angry for the foul against Doku. I've never seen Guardiola before. That kind of like angry in
for a decision that didn't go his way.
Yes, on the foul against Doku. Because why? That has been a player that Manchester City has actually missed a lot this season. Ever since Jack Grealish left, they have actually missed Doku this season because of his injuries, and Guardiola doesn't want that injury again because he has a match against Real Madrid to come and against Arsenal again, fighting for the league. So I just think Manchester City, if Doku will be able to be in, not going back to injuries and other stuff.
So you think the gap between City and winning the treble is Doku being available from now to the end?
What kind
no,
of,
not
what
the
kind
treble,
of
not the
analysis
trouble,
is
not the
that?
trouble,
What
not
kind
the
of
trouble,
analysis
domestic
is
trouble.
that?
not the trouble.
All the winning
Domestic
trophies.
double.
Domestic double.
Double,
Okay,
yeah.
go for
No, let's
domestic
not even
double.
say domestic double. Like the
Domestic
chances of Manchester City winning a match is the availability of Doku.
Because
but
do
Doku-
you know why I say so? Because if you watch Manchester City in their previous games, there have been some crosses coming on. Semenyo will not give you that crosses. Semenyo will not actually give you that. But if you watch their last game in the FA Cup, you see that pullouts from Doku, which they have been missing for quite a long time now, and also the availability of Savinho coming back from injury. Also, I think is a big boost for them.
Okay, if we're talking about us, City and treble, it's definitely right to put Arsenal in that mix because Arsenal are also in similar position. So, do you guys actually see Arsenal also doing the quadruple?
No, I don't see Arsenal doing that. Nah, no chance. I think
Arsenal might actually try to win the treble, but probably if they have the luck, domestic treble, not
in football, most times when you talk about the quadruple, you don't need luck for the quadruple. You don't need luck for the treble. You don't need that. You can need luck to win a match or two, but deciding titles, no, I don't think you need luck for that. And in that regard,
I don't see Arsenal
doesn't even have that physical
I don't see Arsenal winning the Champions League. I don't see Arsenal winning.
Yeah, I don't see them as well.
But the league, they have 80% in winning the league.
Of course, yeah, from the guys, the talking points for today's action. Joao Pedro on the front burner. He's a world-class player. The crew clearly have one or two disagreements, one or two agreements as well. So we'll definitely want to hear from you guys. Is Joao Pedro a world-class centre forward? We'll also be talking about Arsenal. We've talked about Arsenal and Manchester City. Can these two sides win the quadruple? We are into the final few months of the season. I want to hear from you. Drop your comments on the comment section. Make sure you also like, share, and subscribe. This is it, the Urban Duel Sport Weekend Review. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys on the flip side.